get this recording started. Perfect. So this is the second rock climbing GBM for the club for the spring semester. I'm Braden, for any of those that don't know, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So we do have a sign-in if you don't have to do it, but it just gives us an idea of who all has been here. So if you want to take a quick sec to do that. I forgot that was evening. If not, it's okay. I had trouble even playing music in here earlier. I don't know what it is about the connection. We'll go ahead and go to the next. You got it? Cool. All right, so our next upcoming event we have is Relay for Life. So this is going to be, hello. It is, yes. Hi. We just got started, so you didn't even miss anything.
Yeah.
I said we just got started, so you didn't even miss anything yet.
Oh, it's also a Zoom? Yeah, I didn't know it was Zoom either, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I should credit it. I like this stuff. Thank you so much.
So we our next upcoming event is going to be Relay for Life. It's March 7th. It's here at UCF at the Memory Mall. We will be putting out a sign up for it soon, but just as a club, we try to do volunteering events, try and help out the community in any way we can. Obviously not required, but if y'all are able to make it, we'd love to have y'all out there. I believe it's a Saturday and it's coming up fairly soon.
Memory Mall, where's that located?
You know where that big like grass field is over by like classroom building 1 and 2?
Yeah.
It's in that area.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. The next thing is our spring outdoor trip. We do this every year. For those that don't know, this is going to be a roach trip only. We suggest that you're able to climb, 5.9s comfortably. If you're a 5.8 climber, it can be talked about. But climbing outdoor is more rigorous, is a bit harder. We also do lead climbing outdoors. We have lead classes going on at High Point if you wish to get registered for that. But lead climbing again is a more advanced technique. But if you want to learn it, High Point is a great place to learn. I think it's $40 for a class. It's not terrible. But once you know it, you know it. I've had that certification now, and it's nice to use. Right, recommended you know how to belay, be helpful. This will be at the very end of the semester. Typically, it will be the day after finals. So if you are graduating this semester, unfortunately, you won't be able to go just because of the way graduation works. Technically, you're no longer a student here, and then you wouldn't follow under all the forms you filled out to be in the club, unfortunately. Typically, this is about $150. Hello. Typically, it's about $150. It's about a 5-day trip. Food is provided, shelter is provided, everything is planned by us. So you do get a lot with 150 as well as transportation. I highly suggest it. I went on the trip last year and had a lot of fun. Yes.
How long the trip? Like how many days?
I think it's,
One day or two?
I believe it's a 5-day trip.
For 150?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cheap. That's
Yeah. It's
But you have to know the time though. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you I would say 5.8, 5.9 is what we recommend. If you want to lead climb outdoors, we suggest like 510. Um, lead climb is, you know how the rope is attached to an anchor at the very top of a route?
Yeah.
Lead climb, you are attached to another person.
Oh.
And you clip in as you go up. It's really fun, but it is hard because you have to hang from one hand and use your other hand to clip into a rope as you go up. Like I said, I've done it before, but it is definitely a more advanced technique.
You have to have someone that's around the same weight as you. Is that a big factor?
Not usually. It's especially once you get up there, it does not affect you that much. What I will say is you, unlike with belaying, you maybe fall a foot. You do fall like three or more with lead. And it's not a free fall, it is controlled, but it is simply just because you're attached to another person and there's not as much rope for that.
Other gloves or anything that you recommend? Like not. That's just a given.
Um, I I don't wear gloves. I think most of the time people do end up wearing gloves. It's for crack climbing, if you know what that is. Crack climbing is you put your hand in a wall and make a fist, and that's what you're using to hold yourself onto the wall. I don't think we'll be doing that this trip, so I wouldn't worry about it. I do bring gloves sometimes for belaying while I'm belaying somebody, just so my hands don't get messed up from that.
Yeah.
Which honestly, a pair of like $5 gardening gloves work just fine. Um, yeah.
Sorry.
No. This is what's handy about people being in person, stuff like that. Questions are really easy.
Yeah. Are you to, if you know how to belay, like you're certified to belay, would you not at the level of 5'9", 5'10", could you still go or no?
Oh, 100%. If you there
just belay there, basically.
Yeah, you could because there are lower level routes. But the problem with that is like in a rock climbing gym, you have the colored rocks to follow.
Yeah.
You don't have that here. So it's a little bit harder, it's a little bit tougher on your hands. I will say the grip is usually way nicer than what you get in a gym, which is nice. Just tears up your hands a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if you are you a 5'8" climber? Do you know where you?
I'm thinking
It,
the lowest possible.
5'6", probably.
Yeah.
If you are a 5'6" climber, there would be routes, there just wouldn't be a lot. So that is something we could talk about, but unfortunately, as a new climber, there's just not that many low level routes. Any other questions about the outdoor trip or anything else?
Wait.
Yes. Yes. So what we typically do is we carpool. Depending on how many people we have going on the trip, we usually try to keep it to 2 cars. Sometimes it's 3. But whoever the drivers end up being, we fully reimburse them for gas. I think the only stuff that y'all pay for outside of that 150 is sometimes we'll go out to eat. Outside of that, breakfast, lunch, dinner provided, cooked, everything.
Is it a road trip? Like, is this like, or is it plane?
Road trip.
Just road trip. Okay, so it's a 5 day part of getting there?
I believe so. So our risk manager, Sophia, does not have it fully planned out at the moment. Usually in the last meeting, we will go over everything like the itinerary. But if I remember correctly, typically it's 1 day of travel, 3 days of climbing, and then 1 day of travel. And if you want, we have had people do this where they want to be there a little bit longer. You can do that, just like getting back, stuff like that, or any extra time there, the club does not cover. But we have had people do that before. Yes.
Somebody that just throw it up there like Spirit, $60.
Mhm.
You know, Spirit is cheap. But if somebody preferred to do that, could they do that?
You could do that. I would have to talk to Sophia about that because then we would have to pick you up from the airport, as well as we would not be covering the flight
Yeah.
to get there.
If they just wanted to like out of pocket go on the flight, like
Mhm.
say they have like something prior to the day of and they can't make the trip
Mhm.
and they just decide to fly both ways with that.
It could be possible. It's definitely like if that's what you want to do, it can be talked about. Yeah. Any other questions? Don't, like I said, I like the questions. I prefer people ask them rather than assume. So I'll let you on. All right. Next thing, we have some positions up for reelection. These elections are not today, but in our next general body meeting, we will be putting these up. Typically, we try to not announce it about a month before. That way, you have time to think about it. If you have a friend that you think that might be interested in it, you can talk to them. But the role for president is up for election. Um, I am graduating this summer, so we will need a new president. Um, what I typically do, I meet up with the gym owners that we're partnered with, and I'll answer emails from anybody that reaches out to us, whether it's students or other companies. And I will typically just delegate tasks among our officers, ask our secretary to set up events. Vice president typically sets up our slideshow, things like that. Yeah. And our other role is our vice president. Kenzie is our current vice president. I believe she is not running for it again, but I would have to double check with her. But for vice president, her main things are if I'm not able to make it to a meeting, she might sit in for me. She sets up these general body meeting slides, and she will reach out to companies to hopefully get like us some sponsorships, whether it's like uh, outdoor gear, stuff like that, and try and see what we can do. Our last one is treasurer. This one I also don't know if Kevin is going to go up for reelection. If somebody does want to go up, you just duke it out and see who wins. It's not a big deal either way. But for treasurer, they keep track of what we end up spending money on for the year. They will keep track of those that buy shirts, stuff like that. They'll keep track of who has discounts at the gyms, things of that nature. It's not super complicated. It's all just like here and there you have stuff that you have to do. Let's see. Oh, she already set these up. Real quick before I get into those, something I forgot to add. We do have sports night tomorrow. Sports night is where once a semester, clubs go out to support one of UCF's teams. So I believe tomorrow, what is it, 25th? Tomorrow night, at the Edition Arena, it is senior night for the women's basketball team. So as a club, we try to go out there, show our support in the stands. Literally all you have to do is go there and cheer them on. Good way to hang out with other rock climbers, stuff like that. Again, not mandatory, but if you are able to make it, we do appreciate it. It's just something we try to do as a club.
What's the time?
I believe it's 6:30. So it's 6:30 or 7:30. If you don't wish,
Discord about it.
there is a Discord. Um, I believe I did put out a announcement in our events tab in the Discord. It should be there if I'm not wrong. And if it isn't, I will make sure to add it because I did need to do that. Okay.
7 p.m. So how do we find out who's there though? We just send a message here.
Yeah, you can I should be there tomorrow. Hmm? No, you're good, you're good. I should be there tomorrow. If anything, you can literally just put a message in general chat for Discord, things of that nature, um, to try and get in touch with those that want. Yeah, and you had a question? You're good?
Let's put that.
Oh, I gotcha. Of course. All right. Um, okay. Any questions or anything? Cool. So, like I said, president, I run officer meetings, distributing tasks. I talk with SEC, which is our Sports Club Association, Blue Swan, Rocks, RWC. I run these meetings, and I fill out our inventory once a year. It's just a lot of communications for the most part, occasionally filling out a contract here or there. It's really not too hard. To be honest, I spend maybe a couple hours on it a week. Um, but if it's something you're interested in, like I said, we do need a president. Um, Unfortunately, I can't do anything once I graduate, but I believe if this club doesn't have a president, it does unfortunately cease to exist. So, if you know somebody that wants it, or you are at all interested, this goes to everybody. Please let me know. Next thing is our VP. So, as I said before, mainly, reaching out for sponsorships, for relationships with the company. They'll set up the PowerPoint. They'll put in room requests like this one. Just fill out a form to say, hey, I want to have a room for a meeting. Um, Things of that nature. So it's, again, not really too hard. It's just sometimes you'll assist me with some stuff that I need, but mainly you'll just help out with the meetings and specific requests. And we also have our treasurer. So as I mentioned, they track our payments. So anybody that sends money to be a member, stuff of that nature, they fill out our taxes, our IRS forms. They'll put in forms if we want to purchase gear for the club, things of that nature. It's really not too hard. Honestly, it's one of our positions where at the beginning of each semester, it's a decent amount to keep track of just because you have to note who has paid what. But after that, there's really not too much to it after that. Oh, we have the Beta Bash. So this is a comp that the Knot is hosting. If you are interested in participating in some competitions, excuse me, we have this one in Gainesville. It's going to be April 4th. For those that maybe haven't participated in comps, they're usually pretty chill. It's just a way of maybe testing out your skill in a different way. It's definitely a lot different than your standard going to the gym, just working out. But it is a lot of fun. I've definitely done a bunch. But yeah, if you're at all interested, you can look them up. It's pretty fun. I believe the admission is typically around $30. I don't know what it is for this one, but it's usually not too much. Um, any questions? Cool. And I think, yeah, that is all we have. Um, if there are no questions about positions, events, anything of that nature, then we should be good. Cool. Awesome. I appreciate y'all coming out. I know it was a little bit of a shorter one, but still. Of course.